Yo, what is good, my Quick Crypto family and my Coin Factory family? And before we get into any of the content for today, not that I need to, maybe it's in bad taste, but I do want to give my condolences to a very key man who's been a part of the community, Kas Kaspa. I am very sorry to be hearing this and reading this, as he has unfortunately got a family situation, to put it lightly. Only 2 months old, baby girl. Hard pill to swallow. Even me reading this, I can only wish her a speedy recovery and all the love in the world and support that for Kas Kaspa, his family and loved ones. Of course, I don't know the man personally, but I don't need to show sympathy. I do feel for the brother, and we will support him the way we do best. So that's just how I wanted to start off today's stream, just saying on behalf of myself and I'm sure the community that we are here holding your thoughts, your family and your prayers in our hearts and praying for a speedy recovery. That being said, I do want to get into the sources for today's stream. So welcome back again everyone to the Daily Casper Crypto live stream. We have got a massive basket of information to cover for today's stream. A lot regarding Casper, a lot regarding fundamental developments, a lot of uncertainty still very much in the markets. We also have some posts from the likes of Michael Sutton stating that there should be a roadmap for Casper coming soon, which we'll get into briefly. We got also some words from Shai, which I'm not going to cover on that for too long, but I think it's quite interesting and good to see he's kind of moving on. And also going to briefly cover some, I don't know if it's true or not. I have not been able to fact check it, but a lot of FUD and a lot of worrying signs behind Cubic. We should get into that later on in the stream. But of course, before we do, yes, prayers definitely go to Kas Kaspa. Before we do, if you enjoy the daily content, staying up to date with crypto, Casper and whatnot, then leave a like, share with your friends and subscribe for more. And welcome back everybody once again to the stream. LB, my man, first indeed, welcome back bro. Lau, you're actually second on my screen, welcome back bro. And you too, Falco, again, yo to you too. And Buffalo Theory and Sasha, yes, we are here indeed for Kas Kaspa. Love and prayers all around. I don't think he will see this, and that's perfectly fine. Either way, I'll be just replying in the Twitter post later after the stream, and again just giving him my thoughts and my prayers. I do not have a child myself. I pray to one day have one, and yeah, I cannot begin to even imagine the sort of situation and feelings he's currently going through. So all I can say is I pray that God is watching over her and his family, and they'll all be better in the near future. So prayers indeed to Kas Kaspa. That being said, let's get into some of the content first and foremost. What I want to start off with is just a simple post here from the KII, which is of course nothing major, but of course for me a testament once more to what Casper's doing. You know, KII highlights here, build not for everyone, building for those who building everything else is the KII slogan, if you will. Taking a quote here from Steve Jobs, where he stated that it takes a lot of hard work to make something simple, and I would argue that what Casper's trying to make, a very functioning and modernized financial system, the concept of it is simple, but the actual intricate work behind it is very, very advanced, and the problem is because we expect so much, you know, we have seen so many quick developments in crypto, a lot of rush jobs as well, but we expect so much so quickly, and we put unrealistic expectations on things, not understanding time and time again that what Casper's trying to build is like trying to land on the moon for the first time ever. It's never been done before. It's really, really hard, and none of us know how to do it anyways. If we did, we'd be helping out, trying to help speed it along. It's gonna take some time. I don't think it'll take too long. I think we'll still see good things happen in this cycle, and we got some from a post seemingly confirming that as well. But it's understanding, yes, the good things come to those who wait. Again, Steve Jobs, It takes a lot of hard work to make something so simple. Our next post here comes from Wolfie, Casper Hype Man, who is the self-proclaimed Casper business development and listing, or head of listing, where it comes from a reply post here about how the Ohio House apparently has passed a bill to exempt Bitcoin payments that are under $100 from taxes, which, a bit of an incentive to use Bitcoin therefore. Either way, Bitcoin's not really going to be used as a peer-to-peer electronic currency. It's just too slow. And Wolfie replies here saying that USDC, so Circle on Casper, you can eat, drink and shop $199.99 a day with no capital gain tax in Ohio. Sorry, Bitcoin Maxis is all digital assets, including the other one Marathon Mines with 100 milliseconds finality and 1/10,000% transaction fee. Ultimately highlighting that it's not just Bitcoin that gets this benefit, it's all a crypto, and of course Casper in that regard is just the more realistic pick. Now, I only highlight this post for one main reason here, which is the questions put down here, which is when stables on Casper them. No confirmative answer, of course, but of course reassuring to hear that it's in the works. So that is good to see. Of course, we'll hopefully find out soon enough. We did get a form of update, which I did showcase in a previous stream, and I let my VIPs know as well ahead of time, from Chad, who is the owner of the Casper Currency Twitter account, who's very well connected as well, and he confirmed that the meeting that happened between Casper and KEF and Circle was pretty much just an introduction meeting, nothing more than that. So nothing to really lose sleep over, but take it as Circle have now introduced himself to Casper and vice versa. That's already a step in the right direction. So we'll see hopefully stables come to Casper in the near future. We've got more developments as well here. From Castle Wallet here, just stating that, did you know you can already use your KNS in the Castle extension and soon on mobile too. Later this summer, you'll be even able to create a new KNS name right from your phone, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to use them in chat too. We are seeing more and more developments and, dApps and stuff being built on Casper, and with these layer 2s seemingly coming out very soon, you'll see a massive element of interoperability between all of them, which is going to be really exciting to see. I'm looking forward to see how all these apps and projects and dexes interlink together. And of course, then you see the Ethereum apps coming on board, which we'll get into all of that in a short moment. And then the last part I'm going to cover just before I answer some questions here is this long post here from Michael Sutton. I highly recommend reading through all of it for yourselves. Ultimately, just highlighting in this long post here pretty much his first time ever on this platform, his personal perspective on Casper and what he does as a whole, which is effectively just saying that he understands and of course acknowledges that Casper is decentralized, it's for everybody, but he does now, more so now, come to the realization that him being one of the core developers and again one of the founders as well, he has a lot more influence in the project than he cares to admit, and therefore he's got to basically utilize that for the benefit of Casper. At a certain point, as a lead developer and researcher, you'll discover that your responsibility extends beyond the technical domain. That as a creator and in effect a continuous founder of the technology, you have a growing responsibility for the proper communication of this thing you are essentially part in creating. Accepting therefore that he's got to do a lot more himself, besides he loves just doing the element of being a coder and creator. He prefers that element, but he understands that him being an integral part of it, he's got to be more open, which is a good acknowledgement as well. Again, read through the whole thing yourself. He goes through a lot more acceptance and acknowledgement of his own shortcomings and whatnot. The part I wanted to highlight though is right here at the bottom, which is hopefully going to come out later today because this post came out 1 a.m. You know what I'm at. So this post came out about 17 hours ago then, give or take. But he says, my next post will be out tomorrow, and it will discuss something cool and imminently relevant to Casper that myself and others have been working on these past few days. After that, or at least in the near future, Jonathan Polinsky and, or myself even, or the both of us, we will try to outline Casper's roadmap for the next 1 to 2 years, up to the achievement of ZK, Zero Knowledge / DK, which is Dagnite. So, that's reassuring, because despite we are very bullish on Casper, as we should be, the biggest complication and the biggest shortcoming for Casper continuously has been, we know they're coming out, but when? It's always been but when, right? And Michael Sutton has accepted that while he only likes to do the coding element, that's what he's passionate about, him being one of the core members, he's got to be, I guess, more transparent. You know, it's a community, it's a project, but at the end of the day, no one's going to know more about what's happening in the community than him. And he's part of the community. So Michael Sutton is basically saying that tomorrow, so soon enough, hopefully in the next few hours, he'll make a very cool post, whether it's cool for the community, or it'll be cool for the community, I'm sure, or maybe it'll be very technical. Again, I'll definitely cover that in tomorrow's stream. But he's going to make a cool post that's relevant to Casper, and then in the very near future, hopefully this month therefore, Sompolinsky and himself, or either or, will try to outline Casper's roadmap for the next 1 to 2 years up to the achievement of Dagnite. So we'll find out when they predict we'll see Dagnite coming out, when they predict other developments coming out as well. That won't necessarily mean they're going to put in stuff like Igra Labs and Casplex, because those are their own projects. They're third parties effectively, so, you know, they'll probably integrate what Project Sparkle's doing, because that actually, I believe, is in development from the, you know, core team. It's, you know, inter-team, not a third party. So they might therefore highlight when they predict Project Sparkle will be coming out, which is the ZK element. Next 2 years, and of course, you know, after that, there's a lot more they can be trying to build up. Maybe at that point, they're looking at quantum cryptography and how to make Casper more quantum resistance, which, truth be told, at that point, I don't see why you can bring Shai back, because Shai, his PhD is in quantum cryptography. But that for me is quite interesting, and very, very excited to see the roadmap, so we actually have a more streamlined approach and understanding of what Casper's trying to achieve, and also when. Because it's all great here what they're trying to achieve, but knowing when is the important aspect. I still believe, of course, we'll see in more proof of such soon with Michael Sutton and Polinsky in the roadmap, but I do believe that Casper will still do fantastic this cycle based on what they're trying to build and based on the trajectory of this cycle, so I'm not worried for the slightest even now. But I can say for absolute confidence the next 1 to 2 years are going to be game-changing for this space and for Casper as well. I mean, there's talk about with the stablecoin bill coming out and all the other regulatory frameworks that, in regards to just the stablecoin market alone, currently $250 billion market cap, that will rise to $3+ trillion in the next 3 years. And if Casper gets stablecoins, which again they are in the works, to think about how much of that can Casper attain. And we do have a little bit more to cover. Actually, before I get into the questions and a bit more, and I'll circle back again, just wanted to quickly cover this part from Shai. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but I'm happy that Shai is doing well and seemingly maybe moving on, maybe not the right word, but moving forward, where he's now announced that his new partnership is with Quay Network. So he's now working with Quay. They've offered me a grant to support my work and on educational proof of work content. So that's good for Quay. Maybe it'll do better. Of course, a lot of people still don't have a very reassuring belief or just liking of Shai. I do personally like Shai. I think he's a very intellectual individual. He might be a bit quick fire with how he approaches and replies to people on Twitter, but I think he's a very intellectual individual, and that could be very beneficial for Quay. So shout out to Quay for that. I've not looked too much into Quay myself, but evidently as he's jumping on board to Quay, it must have something very reassuring about it. Again, another proof of work blockchain. Of course, is it as good as Casper? That's not the point of what I'm trying to highlight here, but there are other alternatives out there at least, so that is interesting nonetheless. Now, before I get into more of the post, my next post is going to probably be covering the institutional Fomo and adoption. So this post here regarding JP Morgan. Before I do that, let's get into some of the questions real quickly first and foremost. So where am I at? I'm at here. Greg, what's up, my man? We're doing very, very well. Yeah, Casper Silver indeed. Prayers 100%. Hopefully things pan out for the better. Welcome back, next level Captain Man. You're doing very, very well. And you too, Crypto Go To Bro. Welcome back. Wesley, indeed. Prayers and love. Welcome back, man. And yes, Casper Silver, we are all here with you. And yes, press the like button to take a seat. Caspians, you know it. If you enjoy the streams, always leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. What's up, LB? Circle wasn't an introduction meeting, it was a confirmation meeting. Keep the hype down until the right time. I mean, yeah, that's also another way to look at it. Not introduction, more sort of confirmation meeting that, you know, it is going to become to Casper in due time. And the understanding we need to have is that it's going to be bridged first. Circle, always bridge first, and then once, you know, they have the data and things look good, then they will become native. So we may not see natives. I mean, if I'm going to be If I have to be optimistic, I'd say native this year. If I'm going to be probably more realistic, I'd say you probably get bridge circle this year, and maybe not native until next year. We'll have to wait and see, of course. I mean, I'd love to be wrong in that regard. Again, we'll have to wait and see. We're still, again, waiting for that roadmap, that timeline to see what is coming to Casper. And of course, regarding the circle element, that will mainly come down to the layer 2s, the third parties like IGRA, but in this regard right now, I guess more so Casplex. Because we have also heard that while we do have the opcodes for KRC20, the issue, chown, blacklist, and burn that actually allow you to launch stables on Casper, we have heard, I think I heard it once from, it might have been Johnny, or might have been Casper actually. One of them stated that actually the stablecoin issuers would prefer to wait for natives. So I'd imagine that therefore means wait for the ZK EVM, so the actual, mainnet launch of Casplex, therefore, before they jump on board. It could also mean they're waiting for Project Sparkle, and that means we've got a lot longer to wait. Again, we'll have to wait and see. We've still not had an update from my understanding regarding Casper Door. I don't think we've had an update yet about No update yet about the mainnet launch. He said he was going to about 2 or 3 days ago. We've had no update just yet. Hopefully find out in due time. But again, soon enough. Do you think we will have native stablecoins before the end of the year? Oh, just answer that question. If I'm being optimistic, I think it's a possibility. Again, anything can happen very, very quickly. But the way I see it is you're going to see native. You're going to see bridged tether likely, bridge circle also highly likely coming to Casper this year. Will we see native? Tough to call because we don't have a proper roadmap. We don't know when things are coming out. I would personally say more likely like 2026. Now, the cycle may continue to that point. I don't know yet. But I think we're more likely to see native by 2026. We've got 6 months, We've still got a lot. 6 months, a lot can happen in 6 months, especially price action wise. You've got a lot of good price action, and you're seeing a lot of adoption on the Casper block DAG, the layer 1, the platform. That you might just see Circle be like, okay, it's very successful, it's very quick, it's very cheap. Let's just pull the pin right now and get natively on Casper. We'll have to wait and see. It will also depend on, again, Ethereum, which I'm going to get to this post real quickly right here and now. So this is from Dr. Martin Heisberg, of course, the head of research at Uphold. And he highlighted just now that JP Morgan Chase, which is one of the biggest banks in the world, they tied him with $3.9 trillion in assets and over $10 trillion in monthly payment flows, which is absolutely insane. They've officially launched its permissioned US dollar deposit token, the JPMD, on Coinbase's base blockchain. Now, I highlight that, and I'll go into it a little more detail in a moment, but I highlight that because, again, one of the biggest questions, or I guess stipulations I've seen from the community is asking once more why Coinbase has not listed Casper in any regard. They've got futures now, which is fantastic. Coinbase has got Casper futures, but in any other regard regarding, like the Coinbase have Coin 50, we have the top 50 assets, where you've got assets like, I think, Jasmine in there, which is not a top 50, but Casper's not in there. Why? Well, there's been no spot listing just yet. There's many other, questions of why Coinbase has not involved Casper. And the speculation is because Coinbase is very heavily integrated and working alongside the Ethereum chain, which Casper is most definitely a threat to Ethereum. It's doing everything Ethereum tried to do, but better, and is not losing its vision of being a proof of work going to proof of stake. It's staying true to its vision. And it's going to be quick, and it is already more scalable and decentralized, and I'd argue secure than Ethereum. So, and their new, Pectra update, if you will, that didn't solve anything at all. If anything, it made it more centralized and worse. And we just see that hack or something that happened, that security breach happened about a month or so back now, or a few weeks back now. So I'd argue that great for JP Morgan, of course, getting involved into crypto, seemingly jumping on Coinbase, therefore a bit more onto the Ethereum blockchain. But with Casper becoming and soon to be releasing these EVM rollups, these are based rollups, so the ZK EVM, so being therefore interoperable with Ethereum, you might therefore start seeing, you'll have the ability therefore for JP Morgan to bridge to Casper if they choose to. Of course, I'm not saying they will do. I think that'll probably take quite some time, but that's why I think Casper tackling Ethereum first, the EVM for Ethereum, is the strongest and best play. Because Ethereum is the biggest blockchain and they're going to have the most adoption. Ethereum is the place where everyone will settle first. And then once they realize that Ethereum is terrible, they'll then use the interoperable element of Ethereum to go to other chains that are better. Because Ethereum's quite connected to, many chains. The XRP's got an Ethereum sidechain. They're connected to, again, Casper soon enough as well. You've got many other platforms. Tron, I believe, as well, like our platform that Ethereum's connected to. So it makes sense, therefore. And of course, Casper would be the cheapest and best alternative, I believe. But JP Morgan here, ultimately, very, very big deal. Getting involved into crypto more so. A complete flip of the switch from their original stance where they hated crypto in all elements. A design blockchain, of course, internal settlement layer. So again, pretty much instant transaction times, which are very, very big, same as settlements. The recent trademark filing from JPMD underscores JP Morgan's expansive vision covering digital asset trading, insurance, custody, DLT-based clearing, and the on-chain settlement of securities and futures. This isn't merely about payments, it's about building foundational integrated digital infrastructure. It's game-changing. It's an absolute game-changer here. And they go into a bit more detail about it here. A critical inflection point. Stablecoins like Tether and Circle already boast 260 billion in market cap, over 1 trillion in monthly flows, primarily institutional. And JP Morgan is now directly replicating this utility within a regulated bank-issued framework. So it's a very big deal, ultimately. Very, very big deal. And we'll see more and more of these massive banks, and even the smaller ones as well, but massive payment providers, massive banks, getting involved and jumping on and creating their own crypto elements as well. And of course, the platform and chain they choose to use. Right now, they're choosing Base. Coinbase, if they end up coming to Casper, which I do think in the future to be is a possibility, then you'll see much more coming to Casper as well, which is very, very big. Now, we have some more updates as well, and also some more Casper updates I'll get into in a short moment. But before I do, I want to make another quick announcement, which is that BYDFI, again, shout out to them. They've now decided to put on an incentive, especially for my Casper community, as we can see right here. A new incentive that starts today and ends on the 3rd of July. If I load this up right here in the bigger screen, you can see right now. You have a chance to trade and win Casper. And this is the reward distribution here as well. So ultimately, if you are trading through my affiliate link and through the link in the affiliate links right here, then you can have the ability to win some Casper. So alongside many other benefits that BYDFI have alongside us, you can get up to $8,100 deposit bonus. You get 17% discount on futures trading. It's no KYC, no VPN in United States and Canada and many other regions. You get permanent VIP access to a private trading group with daily signals and market analysis, the BYDFI channels, and equally a 1-month free trial to the Coin Factory Executive WAP group as well, which people have been signing up slowly but surely as well. And they're getting more involved, which is really cool to see. So yeah, so you want to get more involved to have these benefits with a trading account BYDFI. Check out my affiliate link down below in the description. And equally you can get involved. Click the link in the affiliate links channel here to have the access to partake. You have to click the link here to partake in the ability to end up winning some Casper potentially. And as you also check out the Get VIP Access channel here and you follow these steps, you can get a 1-month free trial to the Coin Factory. Okay, so all that stuff available. If you want to find out more, check out the free Discord server, which links to which are in the description, also on my homepage here as well. Look around, have a look, and you'll find information there as well. Equally, just click the link in the description as well and send me a message on Discord and I will help you out where I can. Now that being said, let's get into more of the content real quickly and then I'll get into some of the questions again. We got this recent post here with Caspay and they had an interview with Cas Media. Of course, Caspay aiming to be the first crypto native POS, that's point of sale system on Casper, which is not only going to complement fiat but eventually plan to replace it with Casper. So they had an interview here, 15-minute read. I'm not going to bore you with 15 minutes. I did do a little bit of research beforehand so I can summarize it quite nicely. So while I bookmark my notes right now, goes into a little bit of history about Caspay. Ultimately, again, decentralized point of sale system being developed by Atomic Labs. They aim to make Casper the practical everyday currency. And they actually rebuilt from an initial Solana prototype to fully leverage Casper's speed, uptime, and slow fees, or low fees, not slow fees, low fees. And of course, they got a lot more coming to it. Zero KYC, a big element as well. No custodial lockups, built for users, not exploitable, all that sort of stuff, which is great to see. But the part, of course, I'm sure we're all caring about more so. Of course, all the information is available, and I'll be relinking this down in my Discord server as well. but I'm sure we're all caring about the upcoming developments first and foremost. So the future of Caspay. So it talks about, it have got a new micropayment protocol following through KYP 10, which is focused on implementing micropayments with prototypes in the Atomic Wallet. They have plans to open source these to encourage broader developer integration. So a Casper QR standard SDK, that would be also very, very cool. Enhanced centralization, so replacing the PDA mechanism with a fully on-chain solution. Opcodes elements of the world, also quite a good update, I believe. They will have stablecoin support, which I'm trying to find out exactly where they said that here. Can't see it right now. Again, it's so much text here, it's very hard to depict where it is. I could just control F and type stablecoin, see what comes up. Stable. There you go. Little life hack. So yeah, they plan to focus on adding support for stablecoins through the Ethereum virtual machine layer 2 solutions such as Casplex and IGRA, which is of course very, very huge, until the canonical bridge is available, the Project Sparkle, and then they'll do it through Casper's layer 1 itself, or layer 1.5 therefore. A native mobile app, IoT sector expansion, so exploring real world use cases. They're doing it more and more. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like a lot of very, very interesting stuff coming to Caspay. I'm excited to see what more they're going to bring out. They're going to apparently, in regards to potentially making a native token, they currently have no plans for a native Caspay token, initially wanting Casper to be seen as the next money, if you will. But they do admit KRP 10 implications might require introducing a token for investment, open sourcing the point of sale code, and funding infrastructure. So again, you're seeing a lot of other projects as well, like Casplex and even IGRA. They got their iCast that will be coming out. You'll see probably many other protocols having their own token for their element, their DEX, their layer 2, but it's going to be directly back one-to-one to Casper, and equally might change also with the canonical bridge. But it makes things easier, because otherwise you're going to get Casper overloaded and it might cause issues. Wallet integration as well, other stuff as well. All that stuff again available here. Highly recommend checking it out if you've got 50 minutes to spare, reading through all of this stuff. It's very, very interesting. But they've got a lot more coming, and I'm looking forward to see what they bring out. So that is a very, very interesting interview. And then I'm going to get into this point here before we get to more of the macro news and the questions again. And this here is a bit of the weird situation I've been seeing, which, again, I've not fact-checked this for myself, but I've been seeing it, mass sent all over the Casper community right now, which is ultimately depicting Cubic as a scam. Now, I am not calling them a scam upright. I have not done enough research into Cubic. I don't particularly care about Cubic, but here we can see, according to the CFB, the founder, apparently in the Discord server he put, "Alright guys, we successfully infiltrated Casper, got some of them investing into Cubic, and slowly shifting balance towards us. Now more and more Casper holders are sending Casper to buy Cubic. This part of the operation is finishing. We already have a developing operation based on the infiltration of XMR. In a few weeks, it will expand to more severe phase, followed by most of XMR miners and holders joining Cubic Hive. Now we need to find the next coin to send our scouting drones and prepare ground for outposts. Any suggestions on which coin to target?" Now, sounds very weird, sounds very fishy. Casper Guru highlights here, and he's not the only one, of course. Many have also made posts about it, that Cubic is not just a bad coin, but it's a too generous a title. It's just a straight up scam. Just when I thought CBF couldn't go any lower, he drops this post in their Discord. Blows my mind how people put their hard-earned money into this Ponzi scheme. Now, again, I do not know too much about Cubic. I have been seeing a lot of people, including CFB, the founder, talking about how Casper and Cubic have very similar charts, or even like people saying that Casper is much better than Cubic is not the case at all. And I mean, when you look at the charts side by side comparison, yeah, I don't particularly see where the comparison between the two projects are right now. That's Cubic from its launch, and that's Casper from its launch. So I don't see whether, if you're talking in the more like yearly time frame, then yeah, maybe it looks quite similar. Even then, Casper still, I would argue, a bit better, but yeah, it's a weird one. It's all I can say. It's a weird one. I don't exactly know where that comparison is coming from, but I do find this quite weird. I do find it very weird, actually. Again, it just comes down to the individual doing their own research, knowing what you hold. I'm not saying Cubic is a scam. It does sound dodgy, this, but I have not looked too much into Cubic, and I don't really plan to. I know Cubic had that whole thing of not sure what definition of scam you use here. I thought scams required secrecy, but the screenshot posted was also he keeps confirming he did post it therefore on the public server infested with capital maxis. This shows that I'm open about what I do. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. If you want to get into Cubic, it's completely up to you. Maybe it does well, maybe it doesn't. Him being open is, I guess, respect to him in that regard, but that is, I would say scummy, if anything. But again, it's a dog-eat-dog world, I'm not going to hate on it for it. It's a dog-eat-dog world. At the end of the day, you've got to try and support the competition. If Casper holders are getting frustrated with Casper and want to go to Cubic, fine. But I wouldn't necessarily think Cubic is better than Casper in any regard. I've not seen any proof of such. But we'll see where it goes from here, ultimately. That, for me, was very, very weird. And now I'll get some questions for quickly and then get into more of the fundamental news, some other interesting developments we've been seeing recently as well. Welcome back, Andy A, bro. You're doing very, very well, brother. Hit a block today. Fantastic stuff, brother. Glad to see you're still mining and going strong, or as strong as you can do. Welcome back, Kryptoni, man. You're doing very, very well. Whoop, whoop, indeed. BT. Not sure what that means, but yes, welcome back, brother. Casper loses is Quay's. Casper's loss is Quay's loss. Yeah, I know, DC, you are a massive hater of Shai, which again, you're entitled to believe what you want to believe. I have respect for Shai. I know a lot of people do share your sentiment. I think Quay will benefit from Shai. If he keeps his again, if he can keep his emotions to himself. He's partnering as a educational proof of work element. I mean, again, we've looked at the post here. Educational proof of work content. So he's going to be talking, in regards to proof of work and his understanding of it, which is, in depth. That's his whole role has been a researcher. That's what he was for Casper as well. So, we'll see what happens in that regard. What will happen to Nacho? If that's in reference to Shai going to Quay, nothing, because Nacho has nothing to do with Shai. Nacho, the only correlation is the name of the cat. That's the only correlation, but Nacho and Shai have no actual, connection whatsoever. So nothing will happen to Nacho in that regard right now. It's currently down. I mean, all the KLC 20 tokens are down right now. Zeal went on an absolute tear recently, following all of their, very active and bullish developments. A lot more is coming as well. I'm very convinced there's some projects in this community that I've heard some massive alpha information for that I did post to my VIPs earlier today. And I'm excited to see more coming to them. So again, we're going to find out a lot more. VIP community, link down below in the description. Homepage as well. www.wop.com/coin factory. A lot more coming to the space very, very soon. Like tax paid. I mean, yeah, tax paid in Casper would be, it'd be absolutely insane, this. Hopefully we'll see it in the future. I'm okay with the pace of development. I am as well. It's just the vast majority, I'd say right now, are frustrated. And I think the reason why is because of how long the pullback's been. Nobody's frustrated with the likes of Tau, particularly, or Sui, or any other projects, because they had their peak, if you will, in January. So, it's been a 6-month odd haul. It's been a long 6-month haul, but it's been 6 months. Casper has been almost a year, That happened in August. We're going towards July, so almost 11 months of being off all-time highs. So it's been a long drawn pullback, and because of how far it came back as well, people started making the observation that it's been actually over a year, which technically yes, but literally no, because it only started coming down here. But yeah, I'm okay with the pace of Casper's developments as well, but a lot of people are just very frustrated and want them to do more quickly to send the price up, which, if I'm being transparent, if you saw Binance, Coinbase, OKX, and all big stuff coming out right here and now, I don't think that would confirm Casper going past all-time highs. And I say that because the market is not in the position to do so. The market right now is so uncertain. Stock market futures are falling like the war is escalating. Gold prices are falling like peace deal is near. Oil prices are rising like war's escalating. Yields are rising like peace deal is near. Natural gas prices are rising like war's escalating. Silver prices are falling like peace deal is near. The market cannot make up its mind. There's so much FUD. Even if you saw all the major Casper catalysts come through, there's no guarantee. And if anything, I'd say it probably wouldn't happen. You wouldn't see Casper go above all-time highs right now, because the market is not in the good position for it. If you saw Casper and the market in a uptrend and a strong one at that, and then you saw the listings come through and the smart contracts and whatnot as well, Caspay would comfortably surpass all-time highs. There's a lot of momentum with it. With that momentum, you know, it's I'm trying to think of an analogy for it. Can't really think of one. The analogy that I would normally use, which don't really work well for this, but my analogy I'd normally use is, imagine, again, you've got a clay pot, right? You're doing pottery, you've got a clay pot and you're building up. Right now, the market, back when Bitcoin peaked up here, you know, it's been done up, and now, you know, the crack's starting to form. It's got a little bit old. Actually, no, it's better off if I do it as Casper. You know, Casper was a pottery, you know, forming clay, whatever, and it was really, really nice back here. And then since then, it's just been sitting on your windowsill, it's been getting cracks, getting old, getting cracked. It's struggling right now. If you had all these massive development, smart contracts, tier ones, you're just adding new clay onto an already cracked pot. It would struggle to get above this. If you see the market starting to rally, it's like basically redoing that whole clay from scratch, because it's a completely different situation. Right now, the market is a bull market, but it's not in the bullish leg up. It's a different situation. So yeah, I mean, again, I do think these big tier ones and developers are coming for Casper the cycle. We'll have to see if it does happen. I'm convinced it will, but my belief, not financial advice, of course. And we'll see where it comes from there. But we need the market to be a good position for the catalyst to really take off. And, you know, I'm okay with the pace as well, personally. Yeah, Natural has nothing to do with Shai. Natural is building and keeps building with or without Shai. I completely agree as well. DCA and smash the like button, lurkers. Indeed. Yes, enjoy the stream score, leave a like, share your friends, and subscribe for more. And again, to give a quick reminder, we do have a new incentive for BYDFI. Again, the affiliate down below where you can participate and have a chance to win Casper if you trade. All the links and the screenshots to such are in the free Discord server in the affiliate links channel, so you can check that all out there. Here's a screenshot for it as well. So if you want to find out more, check out the free Discord server, check out the affiliate link down below. Click this link here to get access to it. And as you do and you need more help, again, just reach out to me on Discord. Make sure you click my name up here and then send me a message that way. And you'll be able to get access. Be careful, because people will always try to take advantage of you. So if someone adds you, if my name is not me, I will never add you first. I'll never add you or send you a message first. You've got to add me and I'll accept you. On the Natural Discord, they have been voting to change the narrative, moving away from Shai. Seemed like an overwhelming push to change. We will see what they actually do. I'm sure we'll see in due time. Have you given up on June being big for Casper now? Is it July now? I still think June could be big. I mean, put it this way. I think June was going to be big, but I continuously reiterated June will be big provided we get no uncertainties. We saw a war. We're seeing a war. That was the uncertainty. No one predicted the war happening when it did. So the market therefore stagnated. The M2 money supply and all the other catalysts does suggest that we should hopefully start seeing some good momentum going towards the end of June. But if the war continues to outbreak and we get more uncertainties, it's going to stagnate longer. I still think June's going to be big for Casper. It's been terrible so far, obviously. If you look at June right now on a closer time frame, June started here. So start when the market opened, which was here. So we're currently down 20%. So frankly speaking, as long as Casper goes above 9 cents, it's still a green month for Casper. You might not have to hear it that way, but it is. So we have got another 2 weeks left. Well, 11 days left. Not a lot long left, but a lot can change in 11 days. We have to wait and see, of course. The FOMC meeting that came out, while they didn't cut rates, what they stated actually was relatively bullish, because they still stated that they're going to have 2 rate cuts this year. So they haven't changed their perspective on what they're going to do this year. And if anything, they've got a better trajectory of what they want to do. Although in that regard, actually, Trump once more did vocalize his frustration with Jerome Powell still not cutting rates, getting very angry about it. And I only highlight that not because I agree or deny with Trump, although I actually think rate cuts should have probably happened by now. And the reason why is because of this visual here, not what Alex Becker's saying, the visual here. You can see the big nations of China, Europe, and USA, the interest rate cut we've been seeing. USA is the only country, mainly right now, that has not cut interest rates at all. And that is, it's a question, like, so why? Why are they the ones not cutting rates right now? Every other major power and nation have been cutting rates aggressively. We're still going to get them this year, there's no doubt about that, so I'm still not worried, but it's just going to take a bit longer, I guess. In other news, again, speaking about the war, that has again put a spanner in the works for my hopeful prediction we see June being a big month. Apparently Iran has threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz. I butchered that probably. I apologize. In response to continued Israel attacks, currently 20% of global oil and 30% of global LNG passes through this, little bit of this just passes through this. And as a result, we have been seeing, again, oil start to rise a little bit more so, therefore, due to worries about that. It's still $73, $74 a barrel, so it's not actually doing too badly. Which again, if you look at the back in early 2024, if you look back in 2023, back in 2022, look at that. Oil was massive. So we are going up quite sharply right now, but we're still not in worrying territory. And again, gold is still near all-time highs, but still not in worrying territory. Again, S&P 500, again, stuff we highlighted, right now the market doesn't know what to do. Everything right now is kind of in a limbo element where things are moving both for and against a recession and a war. So we have to just wait and see. Once the uncertainty goes away, then you'll see the alleviation happen right now. And unfortunately, because of the uncertainty, when there's so much uncertainty, of course, you leave on-risk assets. But a lot of people don't want to get out of crypto still. So either they hold stablecoins or they go to the safe on-risk asset, being Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a lot more stable. Bitcoin's currently down 7% or so from all-time highs. It's a lot more stable than everything else. Altcoins are bleeding. Ethereum's down, 45% from its recent high, not all-time highs. Okay, so for all-time highs, it's at 5k, so it's a lot higher, but 40% from its recent high. XRP from its recent high, or all-time high actually, 36%. Casper, of course, is down a lot more, looking in towards the 60s, I believe, right now. Yeah, 66. Here we go again. Sui, equally down quite a lot. Down about 50%. Say, from its recent high, it's down about 74%. Tau, from its recent high as well, down 52%. So again, all assets right now are down a lot. Caspay is definitely down the most right now. And of course, I can sympathize with frustration right now. I do. And if you are struggling, then again, you've got to do your own research and know what you hold. I'm not worried because, again, I hold other assets. I've been very transparent about that. I hold XRP. I got an XRP before when it was 50 cents. It's not me gloating as well, by the way. And I've also made losses. I've gone to Say when it was like at 40 cents. I'm down on Say. I'm still in it. I hold Say. I hold Sui. I got in at 180. I hold XRP. I got in at 50 cents. I held Vulcan Forge for a bit. When I got it at like $2, it's down, and I sold it. So I sold it at a loss. I got into some other projects as well. I've had some good trades, some bad trades. Trades right now have been okay in the community. So I have other means that I've been making capital, and then the money I make, I just put it back into Casper. That's just my conviction. My personal conviction. You haven't got to agree with me. I don't care what you do. You do what's right for you. Do your own research and all of that. We can't help the war that happened. Exactly. That's what I mean. My prediction for Casper was it would do very, very well. It's only 20% or so down, or 40% down from its start of June, so it could still have a good month. But yeah, the war happened out of nowhere, and it prevented Bitcoin from making that pump. Bitcoin got up to its all-time high around here, and I believe that's when Elon Musk and Trump had their online argument, and then we saw Bitcoin making that recovery to 110k, and just as it was about to break out, we then saw the war break out. Just as we were about to see a breakout, we saw a war happen. So that therefore hindered Bitcoin. But if you look at the M2 supply, it still suggests we're going to be seeing a big month for August if I align it properly. Which people align it very different. Some people I've been aligning it like this. Some people have been aligning it more so like that, and putting it on the 90-day time frame as well. If I just quickly align that properly, or it might be an 80-day time frame. Yeah, more so like that as well. It just shows that right now we're lagging behind it, but it will catch up soon. Again, Bitcoin's got a very strong correlation to the M2 supply. It's not a silver bullet or golden bullet, but it's got a very strong correlation, so it'll eventually rally up to it. We'll just have to wait and see ultimately. You can't do anything about uncertainties. And some more macro news as well. We have this post here, which is an interesting one, a bit of a cause for concern, maybe. Ultimately, we did see recently that the Genius stablecoin bill did pass the Senate, which is the first time ever in history, a very big deal, of course. And Trump made a post about it, basically just saying, fantastic, get the Genius bill and the Clarity bill, both market structure and stablecoin bills, to my desk ASAP, trying to get it all done by the August deadline, of course, which would be very big. The issue is there have been a lot of industry stakeholders, who are a bit worried, a bit on edge about it now because Well, this Genius bill had 4.5 months to go through the Senate. 4.5 months. The Clarity Act, the market structure bill, is a lot newer, so it hasn't had as much time. And there is worries and concerns that if we see the stablecoin bill passed by itself, that might have short-term consequences. It'd be a lot better for the longevity if you have both the Clarity and Genius Act passed at the same time. So the question therefore is, will Congress align with Trump's vision to accelerate the Clarity Act with the stablecoin bill, and ultimately, if we get it by August, it'll be very, very big, but we'll have to wait and see. It's a whole procedure they have to go through, right? And of course, and if anything, actually, if I'm being transparent for Casper's sake as well, the longer they take to admit the bill, the better it is for us. Because when the bill is implemented into law, then you see all these other major institutions getting more and more involved. Once they actually launch the bill, some are getting in early, some will have to take a little bit longer, they have to wait for the bill. So once we get the bill, they're jumping in. If we take a longer time to administer the bill, giving Casper therefore more time to develop their own stuff as well and become more in trouble with Ethereum and potentially Solana and Sui and Bitcoin, all the other projects, then you'll see a lot more adoption to Casper. Institutional adoption will come onto the platform, into crypto, and then you'll see potentially some other branches into Casper thanks to the likes of KRI as well. So I would not be too fussed if it takes longer. Of course, it'd be a very, very frustrating element, and I'm sure people get very, very fuddy, very, very frustrated. But I wouldn't be put bust. I mean, again, I just buy the dip. I buy the dips. I have no doubt from what, again, and this is purely based. I say purely. It's heavily based on the information that I provide to my VIPs here. Because one thing that I like to say, I think I do quite well is research, and I've done quite well at that. And the research I've done in here, the information I provide in here, is full of institutional documents, what they are talking to their industry clients about. And all of it is talking about take off this year, and 3, 4, 5 years on from that, it's just explosions. That's also why I speculate we may not see a typical bull to bear cycle, 80% pullback. That's not confirmed. Some institutions say the same thing, but it's not confirmed. Again, anything can happen. But we are seeing so much. We're going to see so much more adoption starting this year from the years to follow. So much more. So again, I'm not too worried about the lagging behind we're seeing right now in Casper and crypto, because they'll catch up. When it catches up, it's going to be explosive. And we're here before institutions, so that is a testament to hold. Of course, I know everyone here wants to make quick gains. Again, the VIP is available. You can do trading elements stuff in there as well. I'm going to showcase other elements in regards to crypto in the very near future. Hopefully this month, early next month as well. But yeah, again, you can find information down below in the description. Also, check out the free Discord server where you can just kind of ghost or chill, chat, learn more about crypto and Casper as well on there. Check out the affiliate links and whatnot. Partake in the Casper trading initiative right now, the incentive for BYDFI, all that stuff is available as well. In some other news, before I get some questions, bit of a tangent, I apologise. Got some very two interesting / worrying elements. We've seen apparently 16 billion passwords have been leaked regarding Apple, Google, Facebook user exposed, which is worrying. So definitely make sure you have potentially change them just in case, because this is of course very worrying. You could, depending on what it is, you could lose a lot of your private information and whatnot. So yeah, apparently 16 billion passwords have been leaked. That's not good at all. And other news again regarding crypto, which make of this what you will. I'm not going to comment on it because there's so much political jargon is going to blow up about this as well. Trump's organization has reduced its stake in World Liberty Financial from 60 to 40% over the past 11 days, earning the Trump family $190 million from the sale. Now, again, not talking too much on that because I personally am not the happiest about that, and I'm sure many people, especially DC, I know DC will be very, very, very opinionated on that front. It is weird, right? I mean, again, I don't want to put more of a comment on that. Again, like, it is, because it's his own business. Effectively, he can do what he wants with it, but it does. Yeah, it does seem like he just made a lot of money from it. Kind of took it for the hills and ran. Is what it is at the end of the day. It doesn't greatly bother me in the grand scheme of things. I'm not investing into World Liberty. It doesn't affect my Casper at all. I'll still be perfectly fine, despite Casper again still being very lackluster and struggling. I still think Casper could do very, very well. Again, you're seeing the adoption still, the addresses are still going up. Doesn't mean necessarily people, but the adoption is still going up despite the price falling. You're seeing a lot more and more people holding for the long term now as well. You're seeing influx in capital happening. It's still adoption coming through, so no cause for concern for me right now. Not at all. I missed meeting yesterday. I'm guessing nothing happened with the rate cuts. Yeah, so nothing happened. So basically, Jerome Powell announced. I did make a post about it in the Discord server, actually. I'll see if I can find it. What I posted about it. Although there's a lot of messages that happened in between that as well. So yeah, basically, from what I heard from the FOMC meeting and the Fed docket, they didn't cut rate cuts. We already know that. But they did state they do expect to have 2 more rate cuts this year, which is the same thing they've been saying for a while now, which is reassuring because it means they haven't changed their perspective, thinking, oh no, like the economy is worse, so we need to start lowering our expectations. They're like, no, we'll still do 2 rate cuts this year. And apparently they also stated that they do understand the economy better now where it's currently at with regards to inflation and whatnot, which is also more bullish and reassuring that they will know when to take action. I still think it's going to not be till September time. I have to wait and see though. Casper will survive, no doubt about it. Because Casper holders will keep it alive. It will survive. Walmart, Amazon are considering making their own stablecoin. Yeah, I've seen that as well. It's like all the big institutions, Walmart, Amazon, Apple, JP Morgan, Bank of America, all the big institutions are kind of considering joining together to create stablecoins or a stablecoin. Like there's no doubt about what's coming through. It's going to be huge. When this bill passes, it's going to be huge. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. And the longer it takes, again, the better I think it is for Casper to get their big developments out as well. And again, I'm hoping we'll see this roadmap very soon as well. Hopefully this month. We'll have to wait and see though. Again, it's not necessarily their forte, but we'll see hopefully soon enough. What's up, DD bro? You're doing very, very well, brother. Welcome back to the stream, my man. Aren't stable centralized? Yes. Yes. I mean, yes, the stablecoins are centralized. But it's like stablecoins are just the means you use for transacting currency and whatnot. Of course, in this case, you could use Casper for transacting, but stablecoins are, backed by something. They're backed by the dollar, 100% backed by dollar deposits, treasuries, bonds, gold, not gold, cash equivalents and whatnot. So yeah, they are centralized. There are elements to make them decentralized, like the KRI releasing their gigawatt stablecoin that will have elements to keep it decentralized while still trying to they're doing something very unique. They have their gross. I forgot what the anagram stands for, but they have their gross with the gigawatt stablecoin, which basically means that the gigawatt's still decentralized like Casper, but it does give means for the AML and KYC elements that these centralized entities require. Which of course the KRI did mention they're studying the stablecoin bill very, very closely, and they've got a lot of stuff they're looking towards in the next 80 days, the next 3 months. I did got a lot of posts on that actually. A lot of people are seemingly very, very bearish on KRI, calling them scam artists and whatnot. Ultimately, because Casper's doing badly, just the community is just targeting everyone right now. I don't think the KRI deserve any hate. I don't see why they would do. But of course, people are going to just speculate that Casper's Plus is doing bad, they're being manipulated. Sure, any big player that's come in, it's their fault. It is what it is. Also, Jay, can you please consider dark mode filter killing me? Dark mode for which in particular? If you're talking about the VIP, normally it's in dark mode, but for some reason I have to use all of this is in dark mode. Well, it's in night mode, not dark mode. That's also quite dark. The only one that was light would have been even Discord's in dark mode. So I'm guessing you're talking about the VIP, the VIP WAP channel, which normally it is dark mode. I'll try and change it for you next time round. But the reason why is because for whatever reason, when I normally just load it up so you can see it on screen on Google Chrome, it's just started bugging out now a little bit, so I have to load it on Firefox, and Firefox I've not set it up properly, so you just see it, but it's obviously in light mode. I'll probably end up showing it 1 or 2 more times. I apologize beforehand, but I'll make sure I switch it for next time. Come from the dark side, amen. Big up Darth Vader. Shai still working on Casper too. Yeah, no, Shai is still very much involved in Casper still. He doesn't hate the project, that's the thing. He doesn't hate, he still has stated he's holding Casper, he has the utmost belief where Casper's going to go. He's just partnering and working with Quay now. So you'll still do stuff more so as well. Welcome back, Pavel. Greetings from Wolfie's Bar. Wow. Great to have you here, Pavel. And yeah, Wolfie Bar. I absolutely love Wolfie. I definitely, this summer it's been so hot, I'm definitely going to go and visit Wolfie's Bar because I'm based in London. I'll visit Wolfie's Bar. And yeah, I just want to just visit the man behind the face. Yeah, I love Wolfie. I think it's going to be a very, very great Chaos 20 project as well. But yeah, thank you very much for being here, Pavel, my man. The chop is real. Oh, damn straight. The chop is very much real, and people are getting very, very scared. I can already see the comments in this live stream saying, Casper's the worst performing asset today. Look at all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's done badly. I don't have anything more to say about that. If you don't like Casper, fine. You don't have to watch the videos or streams. I don't really care. I don't care at all. You know, I don't try to ignore people because, you know, at the same time, I'm also, you know, I'm kind of the face of the channel, so I want to try and communicate with everybody as much as possible. But sometimes it's just really hard to, you know, make a comment on it because some questions, some comments are not meant to be questions, just meant to be just purely demeaning, you know. Fear, bye, indeed. What's up, Magnus Burgeon? And very, very well, brother. Cubic almost got me not too long ago. You know what, actually, I remember that, Greg. I remember you asking me in the Discord community about if anyone looked more about Cubic, and you said you looked more into it, and yeah, it just, you saw something that looked very, very, yeah. The last time I remember, Validator had elected a arbiter, which I understood as a president of a layer 1, quote-unquote, decentralized. Yeah, exactly. It just looked fishy. And that, of course, while he is being transparent about it, so you could argue it's not a scam, it is still crazy to come up probably and say, yeah, we're trying to steal Casper holders, which again, truth be told, if that is their goal, which again, doggy dog world, fair play, I guess, but that is their goal, then I guess the Casper holders who are sold are ones who are just frustrated with Casper's price and they just are looking for ways to make quick capital, which I don't think Cubic's necessarily the one for that. Is what it is. Again, everyone do their own research, trade on discretion. It's the only way you're going to survive in the space. I do believe that CFB also had some form of connection to. Always chuckle when I see people mention IOTA and ignorantly say CFB abandoned projects. Yeah, something about the founder of so CFB apparently, who's effectively the founder of Cuba, apparently also has something to do with IOTA as well. I am not too well versed with it. I just know I won't touch it. That's all I need to know. If I've decided that I'm not going to touch something, I don't need to look more into it necessarily. If someone asks me to, I'll do more. But again, I tend to be like, I'm not going to touch it. It's fine. That's the same thing. Like when people are talking to me about ICP a lot, I was like, okay, I'll look into it. The first thing I saw was infinite max supply. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to look more into that because I've seen so many projects that were infinite max supply that just crashed and rugged, and equally. That's the same thing as money right now, which is a terrible system. That's why it's collapsing behind us. So I choose to forget ICP. Despite what they're doing might be cool. I've not looked too much into it. It might be cool, but yeah, I just don't trust it. Don't forget to look at it. That is the second poetry metaphor that Jay has given us. Do you have a kiln? I mean, it's just what I like doing. I think the reason why is because, okay, TV's too loud. I think the reason why is because I just sometimes metaphors and poetry stuff is just an easier way to depict and understand, I guess, my depiction of what I perceive Casper, or what I'm talking about at least, because sometimes, and I understand with my brilliant speaking, which today I think has been okay, relatively slow, but normally I'm very quick, and it's hard to understand me sometimes, or my point, that at least if I'm talking in a sense that would be more understandable than in regard to like poetry, then it's easy to understand. But I do not have a kiln, no. Power on the Fed is trying to sabotage Trump. Potentially. I do think there's something going on. Again, it's hypothetical. Maybe they would have cut rates if Kamala had won. Who knows? Jerome is leaving on his own soon. Maybe he is. I mean, he's got till May 2026, so he's still got a year left. He might stay for the whole time. Who knows, really? But yeah, he'll most likely leave. I mean, or Trump will try and force him out. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's trying to force him out anyways right now. Today, Trump said we will wait 2 weeks before he makes a decision if he wants to get involved with Iran. Do you think it will stabilize the market short term? Not necessarily. I think the fact that the war's ongoing is terrible, and I think the fact that America are being quite heavily involved is also not good either. Now, would he actually take action in that? Who knows? Because, Trump might just be trying to say that to, again, cause concern. But, Trump can't really take action because he's a part of NATO. America's part of NATO. So if he does that, NATO's not going to be happy about it. And you've seen other nations like Russia saying, don't you dare get involved. So I don't know what's going to happen. You might therefore see a lot more turbulence, a lot more uncertainty for the next 2 weeks. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out right now. It's just a whole situation. It's frustrating, but I'll buy the dips. You know, it is what it is. Mostly when you are reading these huge walls of text or large articles, just bright as hell. Oh, you're talking about the Kas Media therefore. Okay, I apologise for that, yeah. I mean, Kas Media, I'm going to quickly flashbang you, I apologise. Kas Media, does it have a dark mode? Yes, okay, there you go. I'll do that from the future. There you go, dark mode, there you go. I'll try and keep it dark from this point onwards. There was actually a strategy I used to use. I used to use light mode purposely because I figured a lot of people are probably watching it where it's dark or whatever, and if it's light mode, you have to be more visually aware, but I don't want to burn your eyeballs out, so I'll do that from this point onwards and try and keep everything in dark mode. Told people it was garbage from the start, from the get. Oh yeah, Cubic. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, Cubic was just an awful project from the start. I remember you saying that as well. But yeah. To be fair, also he does say every proof of stake is garbage or every project is garbage. I mean, but again, he's got a point though. In regards to what Casper's building, what they're doing, everything doesn't really, you know, match or live up to it. You know. Yeah, I'm not saying I disagree either exactly. Biggest scam, Cubic or Hex? Oh, man, that's the golden question, right? What's up, Micro Scale Garage? Want to say hi and hold Casper? Indeed, my man. Good to have you here. And yes, indeed, just buy and hold Casper indeed. If you want to find out a lot more about crypto and Casper, check out the physical server. And equally, if you want to find out a lot more alpha information ahead of time, institutional documents, educational videos, trade alerts, equally alpha information, because I did post an alpha scoop, a big alpha scoop regarding Casper literally earlier today. If you want to find out stuff as well, then check out the VIP server. Again, link down below in the description and homepage as well. And welcome again, Wing Hong. We moon yet? Not yet, unfortunately, but we might have a little bit longer to wait because apparently Trump is going to be making a decision on how he's going to handle Iran and Israel in 2 weeks. So it's going to be an interesting 2 weeks, to say the least. But I'm still optimistic. I have no reason to be worried about crypto Casper right now. That being said, though, that'll be it for today's Casper and crypto live stream family. Thank you all once more for tuning in and watching. Those who talked and those who are just watching casually, thank you all for tuning in once again. If you enjoyed, leave a like, share your friends, subscribe for more. Again, once more to remind you, there is currently a incentive with BYDFI going on where you can get access, extra benefits with BYDFI right here. And equally, there's an affiliate link and an incentive going on right now, a Casper trading campaign where you have a chance to win extra Casper as well. So you want to find out a lot more and get more Casper potentially. All information is down below in the description, or information is down below in my Discord server, and you can find out a lot more in there as well and get many more benefits. If you sign up through the affiliate link, by all means, please send me a message on Discord and I'll get you sorted out for 1 month free membership to the VIP as well. And you can find some exclusive information about alpha stuff and that stuff as well. With that being said, if you enjoyed, again, leave a like. Have a great day, good evening, good night, my people and my family, and I will see you